Alright, this is my complete, almost complete thoughts about the Absolute Universe. I say almost complete because I'm almost always going to forget something after I post a video going, I should have mentioned that. This video is not scripted. There was like a few things I want, like talking points. But overall, there's nothing really scripted about this video, so it's going to be a lot of rambling. And I don't plan to edit anything about this video, so this will just be raw footage. This is the couch in my basement. And I'm aware this is both long-form videos I've posted on this channel have been about comic books, and I don't care. I like comic books. Anyway, so, to preface, I own every single Absolute comic, I think. I don't know if the All-In Special has any material that takes place in the Absolute Universe. I'm not entirely sure. Besides that, I think I own everything, because I have all of Absolute Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Flash, and Martian Manhunter. I have Absolute Evil, and then like the Absolute Universe Special Edition #1, you know, like the one with Mirror Master. So I think I have everything. If I'm wrong, please correct me, because I want to have all of it, because I want to have a full grasp. I got into the Absolute Universe around the second issue of Absolute Flash came out, because I was on a road trip. I went into the comic book shop just to go, maybe there's something cool in here. But then I was like, hey, I've heard about this Absolute Batman stuff. I'll grab, I think it was issues 1 through 7 I grabbed. Issues 1 through 8. Because I remember it was a few weeks before Absolute Batman #9 came out with Bane. Also, this video will contain spoilers for, like, the entire thing, all of the Absolute Universe. So if you don't want spoilers, go read it. And if you don't care about spoilers, why don't you care about spoilers? Go read the Absolute Universe now. Pause this video. Yes, you, my one viewer. Go read the entire thing, everything, every last issue. It's all peak. If you don't know which order to read it, just look up a guide. There's probably like a million of them, and they all say different things because comic books are complicated. That brings it up to my other point. I did not read a lot of comic books before the Absolute Universe, mainly because if you look at DC right now, there's like 5 separate comic books called Batman, because there's like Batman, and there's Batman Hush 2, which takes place like before the current run of Batman, but is also in the same continuity, but is releasing afterwards, but isn't going to finish till like 2027. I don't know. It's too complicated. And there's like Batman and Wonder Woman, and then there's Batman Superman World's Finest, and then there's Superman, and then there's Superman Action Comics, and there's Superman Unlimited, and then there's Supergirl, and then there's so much stuff, and it's so complicated. And it's not just something I can look up because I'm not. And I know a lot of people go, well, there's jumping in point. You can just jump in after the next event. Well, no, because I want all the context. I want to know these characters. I want to know every single thing about these characters. I want to know the entire history. And it's really not clear where to start. Because there's been like, because there was Rebirth, and there's the New 52, and then there's, I don't know which one we're on. I thought when the new Matt Fraction, I think that's how you pronounce the name, Batman run came out, I thought, oh, are they starting a new continuity after DCKO? But then that run started before DCKO. Like, why would you do this? This is so much more complicated than it needs to be. But I personally hope that eventually, not now, we're in a good place continuity-wise, but in the next like big event that we reset the continuity. And I'm not talking about a Rebirth where it's like a jumping in point. No, I want New 52 clean slate. I want it to be nothing. I want it to restart everything, like the Absolute Universe was, which was just a clean slate. There wasn't really any requirement. The only thing of the main DC Universe I'm afraid is DCKO, because I know it had something to do with the Absolute Universe. So I was like, I should probably read up on this, because there's probably going to be an Absolute Crisis type event where it kind of collides with the main world. Oh, that reminds me, another long portion of this video I want to go over is who would win in a fight, the Absolute version of a character or the mainline universe of a character. I think in a lot of cases, it's the Absolute universe, because like Absolute Batman and Normal Batman, in a head-on fight, Absolute Batman will win, very hands down will win. But like if they're both required to track each other down, if it's like over the course of weeks, if he has prep time, which is a really dumb excuse. Because, like, if I say prep time, that could be 3 years or 3 seconds. So we need to, that's not a fair argument. I do think Batman could defeat a lot of characters if he had enough prep time, but then, like, that's not fair if they don't have prep time. He's just a dude. Just calm down. So if they both had, like, a week or a month of prep time, I do think Nolan Batman would win, because he'd probably build some giant suit or use a suit he used to fight Bane. But in most cases, I do think Absolute Batman wins. Absolute Catwoman versus normal Catwoman, I think is about even. I think Absolute Catwoman maybe has a little bit of an edge because she has more like mercenary training or something, and I think she has like she's more willing to use a gun because she used an SMG many times, as in 2 times I can remember off the top of my head. I think Absolute Bane absolutely crushes normal Bane because he's bigger. His non-juiced up form in the Absolute Universe is bigger than Bane's juiced up form in the normal universe. So I do think Absolute Bane clears that. Same thing with Absolute Killer Croc. I think Absolute Two-Face, I think it's about the same. I think Absolute Two-Face and normal Two-Face are... we haven't seen him yet, so he's going to probably appear later in a few... I think it's next issue we get Absolute Two-Face, so maybe we'll learn more then. But right now, I think it's about even. Same thing with Penguin, because, yeah, Absolute Penguin is, what you've seen. So, what was my point? Yeah, I think, even though he looks like that, I do think, because he has guns for crutches, you can just go and kill him. So, maybe I think it's about even. I think Riddler, although we haven't really seen him fight much in the Absolute Universe, I think in issue 20 is the latest one, we do see him like training. I do think he's a bit more acrobatic, a bit more capable of fighting than normal Riddler. Also, normal Riddler is way cockier and way too full of himself. I do think Absolute Riddler is a little bit full of himself, but not to the point where it's a detriment to himself. Except for that time where he thought he could beat Bane in a battle of wits. That did not go well for him. Absolute, what else is there? Mr. Freeze? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember how the Absolute Zero arc went, but I think overall, I think Absolute Freeze wins that. Absolute Joker, I think we know which one wins that. Joker would just be like, well, aren't you a funny looking one? And Absolute Joker would just eat him. It would not end well. What else is there? Let me think. Come on, Brian, do your thing. Who else is there? Oh, yeah, I don't have to switch to, I don't have to stick to Batman stuff. Everyone else in the Batman universe so far is kind of about the same. I think Absolute Deathstroke and Normal Deathstroke. We haven't seen Absolute Deathstroke fight, so I can't really give my opinion on that. Same thing with like Commissioner Gordon, both universes. Well, I know Absolute Gordon is dead, but when he was alive, they were both basically the same dude. Same thing with Barbara Gordon. I'm not talking about Batgirl Barbara Gordon. I'm talking about just Barbara Gordon. I think they're about the same. Again, we haven't really seen Absolute Barbara Gordon fight that much. As for the Robins, I don't know. We will see them fight next next issue. Next on the agenda, Absolute Superman. Absolute Superman, normal Superman wipes that. He's dead. He's gone. Never to be seen again. Jimmy Olsen, I think Absolute takes that because he has military training. He knows how to use a gun more. Same thing with Lois Lane. I think King Shazam, which is just Black Adam, destroys Black Adam, normal universe Black Adam, because we saw in the latest issue 19, where his punch was so fast even Superman did not see it. Not like it didn't see it coming, he just didn't see it. So I think Black Adam, Absolute Black Adam wins that. Same thing with, I have not seen Steel fight in the comics or any piece of media really outside of like My Adventures with Superman, and I think he's in that for a total of like 3 seconds. I cannot remember. I watched it once in like 2 years ago. But what else was my point? Yeah, so I think normal Steel. From what I remember, he has a big suit of armor, but then again, Absolute Steel sent 2 godlike beings and himself around the world. I'm not exactly sure where they are, but they went through Gotham. That was a cool surprise. Overall, it was a great issue. I think Ra's al Ghul, I know he's dead right now, but let's say before he got malnutritioned to death and lightning to death, let's just say, like the big one, the one that appeared in Absolute Evil in the first, like, 14, 15 issues of Absolute Superman, that one, I think normal Ra's is dead. I think Absolute Ra's would just pick him up and snap him over his knee. But what else was my point? I keep forgetting what I was talking about. I remember I was going to talk about something. Yes, Absolute Brainiac beats normal Brainiac. Just you've seen what he's done. Normal Lex Luthor is too depressed to do anything against normal Lex Luthor. You have read the comics. If you haven't, don't watch this video. Get out. Talia, I think it's not even. What else is there in this? I think that Parasite. I think Parasite wins that. Hawkman. I know he's not from Absolute Superman. He's from Absolute Evil, but yeah, he's the one that comes to mind, and he has more appearances in Absolute Superman than Evil, because Evil's a one shot. But I think Absolute Hawkman wins that because he's a bit more ruthless. So he'd just go. Hawkman would be like, "We can talk this out," and then he would die. Who else is there? Absolute Wonder Woman. I think Absolute Wonder Woman wins against normal Wonder Woman. I don't know anything else about any other Wonder Woman character, if I'm being honest, so I can't give my opinion on that. But Absolute Flash, because it's Wally West Flash, he died before he can even think, before he even knows he's in a fight. He would die. With the Rogues, I think it's about even with all of them. Maybe Trickster would beat up normal Trickster, but actually no, Absolute Golden Glider would beat the crap out of normal Golden Glider. The reason why I'm not swearing so much is because I'm too lazy to go in and edit this video afterwards. What else is my point? I think with Green Lantern, we haven't really seen Absolute Green Lantern fight that much, so we don't know. Well, I don't know. Same thing with Absolute Martian Manhunter. It's pretty much all conceptual, and I just don't know. I don't know if he would beat a fight with anyone. I don't know if anyone could beat him. I don't know. It's just weird. It doesn't make sense, but it's so good, and I can't wait for his finale in I don't have a watch in 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks. Then my point is, come on, get back on track. Oh yes, the future of the Absolute. Wait, no, my point before this is when Absolute Green Arrow comes out in 3 or 4 days as of filming this video. I can't remember, and I can't be bothered to look it up. I know it comes out Wednesday, but I don't. So it'll be Sunday. So about 4 days. I thought when it was announced in the summer of 2025, I thought it was just going to be Absolute Batman, but with a bow and arrow, and I was really worried. I was gonna read it anyway. I know it would be good if it was that, but I was really hoping, because I like Absolute Universe is very completely different from all of each other. Not in tone, they're all pretty depressing, but I do think structurally they all function differently. Wonder Woman's a bit more hopeful, but bad things happen, but she's the most hopeful about it. Superman, bad things happen, he's hopeful, but he deals with them really quickly, and he can turn on the I will kill you without a second thought. Absolute Batman is just depressing constantly. Flash is a bit more cheerful with little dips of scary. Absolute Green Lantern is boring. And Absolute Martian Manhunter is I don't know. It's confusing, but it's good. What else? But it's different. It's a murder mystery. I was very shocked when they killed Green Arrow in Absolute Evil. I was like, well, they're not going to cancel the series. I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can announce a series and then go haha, gotcha. We're not doing that. I don't think they'd be allowed to do that. I think that'd be very stupid. So I was like, are they gonna revive him? Is it a fake body? What? And I was like, well, maybe it'll be Roy will take up his mantle, and that still might be the case with the Longbow Hunter. It might be I will take on Oliver's legacy, but also I will do it in a much more mean and insane way. I'm looking forward to that. What else? Oh yes, what's the deal with Mirror Master? This isn't tied to any segment, but what's the deal? I'm not talking about Absolute Mirror Master. At the end of the the Absolute Special Edition #1 free comic book, it's too long of a name, but you know what I'm talking about. Mirror Master appears, and then it says to be continued in summer 2025. We never get an end to that. We just see Mirror Master again, but we don't see normal Mirror Master. We do get a reference in Absolute Evil where he goes well, in this other universe, and Brainiac goes in this other universe. That's how I imagine his voice. In this other universe, you're saying that this guy named Lex Luthor, he's really important. Yeah, he's really, really important. Interesting. I don't care. I'm gonna go chop up his family at a stakeout, or not a stakeout, a cookout. That's gonna be fun in a few issues when we get to see Lex Luthor go insane and kill Brainiac. It's gonna be great. What else? Yes. I do think what the case is, like, I don't think Absolute Mirror Master so far, with what we've seen in the last issue of Absolute Flash, would work with Brainiac, so it's probably one of the evil clones that got out. Yes. So that's my current theory. I don't know why they're doing an Absolute Catwoman. I know a lot of people really liked her, really liked her reveal. So that was probably like, guys, we will sell out within milliseconds. It will probably all be bought by the comic book owners themselves, by the comic book store owners. They'll probably be bought instantly, every last issue, and then they will never be able to open said issues ever again after opening them the first time. They'll be stuck together forever. But story-wise, I'm not sure. I know it's gonna be like a globe-trotting thing, so it might be okay. That brings me to my other point, my other segment of this video. This very long video. It's like 16 minutes already. It's gonna take so long to upload. Is the future of the Absolute Universe, what I want it to be. I know this November we're getting a Absolute crossover, which is going to be it's been teased like an Absolute Legion of Doom, which I would not hate it if it was called Absolute Doom. I think that would be an awesome name. It's probably gonna be one of them that's gonna be like, if these people call themselves the League, the Justice League, we must be the Legion of their Doom. That's probably what it's gonna be like. It's probably gonna be like, what are we, some kind of Legion of Doom? But what else? Yes, what I want is more one-shots and miniseries. Especially one-shots. Like, I don't care if they're ever referenced again, but what I want in the very, very potential next wave of Absolute series, because this time we only got 2, so I don't know if like they were like, Green Lantern didn't sell very well, so we're only going to do 2 this time. But apparently Green Arrow pre-orders are really well, so we're probably going to get a few more. If it's just one-shots, I will totally be happy. But what I want is an Absolute Aquaman, an Absolute Blue Beetle, and an Absolute Shazam. I know we already have the King Shazam arc, but that's Black Adam, and maybe like the device can be transferred to some random little kid, blah 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 blah. Absolute Aquaman, I've heard so many people say that it could just be like an eldritch horror who helps people. He's really nice. What I think would be a cool thing is a dude who has the power of a bunch of mythical creatures like the Kraken and the other creature, Megalodon, and he has all these really cool shape-shifting abilities. And maybe he also can communicate with sea life, because that would be way cooler than like in The Boys. They didn't really, their Aquaman parody, The Deep, isn't really that much different from normal Aquaman, and he's so pathetic. I know like the DCEU made him kind of cool, but like still make Aquaman really cool. I want him to be able to like have a tentacle arm and be able to turn into a shark or something. It'd be so cool. That's what I want for Absolute Aquaman. Absolute Blue Beetle, I don't think they will do this, but what I think would be cool is some government project. Some like suit of armor shoots up into space and lands on some alien planet, and some alien's like, what is this? Probably in the alert box, it would say, translate it from gibberish alien language. And then we'd hop in and we'd probably teach him English and stuff. And then he'd fly over to Earth and be a protector, and he'd be like, hello, I will protect you, my fellow. Suit, what are we again? Oh, they are humans. I will protect you, my fellow humans. And they'll all be like, what is he saying? And then in the little box, it'll say translated from gibberish alien language. In everything he says, and no one will ever understand him. That could literally just be a one-shot. I would totally be happy for an Absolute Blue Beetle. I think that would be really funny. What else? And Absolute... What was the other one? No, I've covered all of them. There's so many characters I would like. Yeah, I had a thought for an Absolute Atom, but because we're already getting Atom in Absolute Flash potentially, because they teased Ray Palmer, maybe go to a spin-off. But Absolute Flash isn't really popular enough to get a spin-off. But maybe what I was hoping for is what Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania wanted to be. would be a really cool, maybe like the Atom shrinks down and he's in a subatomic world and he has to fight off creatures and he's like exploring, and that would be really cool. It could be a 6-issue miniseries and then they never reference Atom again, or until like Absolute Crisis, where like all hope is lost, and then he goes like, I finally figured out how to grow myself again, and then he punches Darkseid in the nuts and he dies. That could also just be a one shot. I don't care. I just want more Absolute stuff, please. It's so cool. Oh, I want more stuff, please. It's so cool. It's so cool. I will buy everything. I'll buy every series of one shot you make, please. Please, I want more stuff. DC, please make more stuff. That brings me to another point. I just remembered I was going to talk about this. The whole moniker being Absolute, you may think, oh, well, it just sounds cool as shit. But no, it's because the Ultimate Universe made a really stupid decision. Because out of every comic book store I've went to, I think every last one of them was sorted in alphabetical order, which means the Ultimate Universe was in the back of the store. So if you walk into a store and you look over, the Absolute Universe is right there, right as you walk in. You can't miss it, mainly because it takes up so much of the store. But like you walk in, I know some of them are like a few comic book stores I've went to don't sort them by the A in Absolute, but sort them by like the character. So Absolute Batman will be in the B section, Absolute Superman will be in the S section, which I think is dumb. So because anytime I walk into that store to get all my comic books, I have to like bounce around the store, and it's not like a grocery store situation where you pop in and you're like, oh wow, I have to go back to the store, and then I walk past like Doritos or something, like, I didn't come for this, but I want this. No, it's not really the case. I have a limited comic book budget because I am broke. I only have enough money to buy the Absolute comics, and there's a bug flew across the camera. But I do work. When Dark Knights of Steel 2 comes out, I will be planning on buying that, so I'll have to work a bit harder to get a bit more money. Maybe I'll have to actually get a job. I know you fellow comic book readers are too scared to get a job because you'd rather stay inside and read Absolute Batman for the rest of the time. And also, like, I don't know, whatever stuff you guys do. I mostly play VR in the basement. What else? What else did I want to talk about? I think that's it. There's probably gonna be something as soon as I post this video. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to mention insert random thing. Also, none of the accents I do in any of my videos are filters. I can just do that. It's very weird. I can do the Russian accent, or I can do whatever the hell this Australian accent is, or I can do this British accent, or I can do this a bit more, stupid sounding British accent. I can do this really high pitched voice which sounds really stupid. I can do this, nerdy voice that sounds like that one guy from The Simpsons. I can do this sounding voice, which I imagine sounds really stupid, because it sounds really weird in my head. So I imagine when I'm actually saying it, it probably sounds incomprehensible. I can do a bunch of other ones that aren't coming to mind. Like I can do this one, not this one. I can do this one, which sounds very creepy. I don't like doing this one. It's rather weird. As videos got off track, I'm not talking about the Absolute Universe anymore. To end it off, I love the Absolute Universe. Please make more one-shots, ongoing series, mini-series. I don't care, just more, but don't get out of hand to the point where it's impossible to read. Also, I do think on their website, on the DC website, there should be a reading guide, not just the Absolute Universe, but like all the universes. There should also be a guide on which comic takes place in what universe and where you should start and how to collect them and blah 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 blah. I think every comic should. If I ever make a comic book series, if I ever make a comic book universe, it's going to be like that. It's going to be sorted nicely so that if you ever want to read, it's very clear. You just go to the website and then go to click Absolute Universe. Oh, I start right there. And oh look, here's a link to buy said comic books. Hooray! Because right now it's really complicated. If I've had to make not chart, but a list of every Absolute comic in the order they came out, because now all my friends are like, hey, I want to get into the Absolute Universe, but I just don't know where to start. And then I send them the Google Doc full of where to start. Anyway, that's it. This video went on for way longer than I intended it to. And if you made it to the end, get a life. Why are you watching a 15-year-old talk about comic books for 25 minutes? Yeah, that's right. I see you. No life. I'm joking. If you actually did watch to the end, very much thank you. I do like someone hearing about my thoughts. And if you work at DC, make it easier to figure out what takes place in what universe, because it's really unclear. It's really unclear. Like, just have a guide on your website. Just make a guide on your website. Make your intern Gary put a guide on the website. I know Gary is really overworked and you don't pay him enough, but just pay Gary more and add a reading guide to the website. Please. I am so tired. I'm so tired of every time I pick up a comic book. I'm like, oh, wow, this is crazy. Wait, I don't remember this happening. Well, joke's on you. This happened in a very obscure miniseries that we did not reference anywhere else at all, but is now crucial to the plot. Anyway, add a reading guide, Mr. DC. John DC, as I believe is his name.